In today's lesson, we're going to take the next step in solving an algebraic equation. That is, we're going to have more than one letter or one number in the equation. We're going to take the same ideas we looked at before, where we have to move one thing from one side to the other, but now we're going to have to try to collect all the like terms on one side. And by that I mean, let's put the numbers on one side and the letters on the other. The way we do this is the same way we were doing things before. When you cross the equal sign, you do the opposite. And we call that an inverse operation. For instance, in this first equation, my objective is letters on one side, numbers on the other. I consider this a letter term because it has a letter in it. Same thing for this one. These are all letters. On this side, I've got a number. No letter attached. Let's call that a number. This is exactly the way I want my equations to look. Letters on one side, numbers on the other. Once I get that, I can collect things. So what is 4y minus 9y? Well, 4 minus 9 is negative 5, and we're collecting y's. On the other side, 35 is still just 35. How do I get y by itself? That's what we've talked about. I don't want negative 5y. I want just y, so I need to divide. But if I divide one side, I have to divide the other, and y is negative 7. This is what we want our equations to look like today. So they're going to have more than one step, usually 2, maybe 3. At the end, you'll have your equation that tells you what the answer is. So let's take a look at B. B has a letter thing, and we use L for letter, a number thing, and another number thing. I want to collect all the numbers on one side and the letters on the other. Right now I've got a problem because I have a mixture of letters and numbers right here, right? So let's move something. My objective, if I can, to move only one thing. The smartest thing to move would be to take this plus 5 and move it over here, because then I'd have the numbers all together. What would that look like? Well, I'm not moving the 2x. It's going to stay right where it is. I'm not moving 25. It's staying where it is. And the 5 is going to go at the end. Remember, when I cross the equal sign, I do the opposite. So plus becomes subtract. And now I've got letter, number, number. Okay, we can collect. 2x is 2x. 25 minus 5 makes 20. I don't want to know what 2x is. I want to know what x is. So I have to divide by 2. But if I divide one side, I have to divide the other. X is 10. Okay, let's try some more. Let's take a little bit of practice these ones today. Okay, take a look at C here. Just move it down a little bit. Okay, what do I got? A number, a letter, a number. Oh, I've got a mixture of numbers and letters. Something has to move. Well, since I already have the numbers over here, it makes sense to move the other number over there. What is that going to look like? If I take the 10 and move it over here, well, 3m stays where it is, negative 20 stays where it is, and the 10, which has a plus sign in front that we don't see but we know is there, has to do the opposite, so it has to subtract and becomes minus 10. Now I've got letters, numbers, and numbers. Let's collect them. Negative 20 and negative 10 collected together makes negative 30. But that's 3 m's. We want to know 1m. So we divide by 3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Let's take a look at D. It's got a letter, a number. What's in the wrong spot? I've got a mixture of letters and numbers over here. That's my problem. Let's take the letter this time and move it with the other letter. So I've already got 7n. The 4n's going to join it. What's it doing right now? It's adding a little plus sign right in front. It becomes a minus sign. Equals. What's left on the other side? Negative 6. Okay, so before I was moving numbers, this time I moved a letter, but it's the exact same procedure. I can collect 7n minus 4n. That makes 3n's. Equals negative 6. I don't want to know 3n, I want to know n, so I divide by 3, and n comes out to negative 2. Okay, try some more. Take a look at the next one here. I've got a letter, and a letter, and another letter, and a number. I've got one thing in the wrong spot. This letter term needs to move over to the other side. So write down what you already have. We have 5x minus 4x. Minus x becomes a plus x, opposite operation. What's left on the right side? Just 6. It's a positive 6. You can put the plus if you want to, but you don't have to. We know it's there. Okay, also, there's a 1 in front of this. And we can collect these things. What's 5 minus 4 plus 1? Well, that makes 2 x's. We don't want 2, we want to know what just x is. So we've got to divide by 2. And x is 3. Okay, try the last one over here. We got a number, and a letter, and a number, and a letter, and a number. Oh, all kinds of mixtures going on here. Let's look at where our equal sign is. So in this case, I'm going to have to move things from both sides. It's your choice which side you want to move them to. Most people like letters on the left, so that's what I'm going to do. What do I have on the left already? And by left, I mean of the equal sign. I've already got an n. There's a 1 in front. I've got a plus 3n over here. Let's move it over to the other side. It becomes a minus 3n. On the right of the equal sign, I've got an 85 and a minus 16. And let's take the other number and move it over there to join them. It's a positive 65 plus, so it becomes a minus. Now we're ready to collect. 1n minus 3n is negative 2n's. 85 minus 16 minus 65 is 4. But I don't want negative 2n's, I want to know what n is, so I have to divide by negative 2, and n comes out to negative 2. We've solved it. Okay, so that one I have multiple things to move. Our objective still, letters on one side, numbers on the other. Okay, last 2, or last 3. Give it a try, pause it, see what you can do with these ones. A letter, a letter, a number, a number, a number. Well, these are good. This is the problem right here. Let's move it over. Okay, 3x plus 5x was totally fine. Equals. The 17 was in a good spot. The plus 10 was in a good spot. It was just that minus 3, which moves over to the other side by opposite, adding plus 3. Letters on one side, numbers on the other. Let's collect. 8 x's, 17, 10, and 3 makes 30. 30 divided by 8. Oops. I don't want to get 8 x's. I want to get just x's. 30 divided by 8. That's going to turn out to be a decimal. That's okay. Goes up to 3.75. Nothing wrong with decimals. Decimals are okay. We don't see them very often, but it can happen. Okay, let's try I. Number, letter, number, letter, number. Ooh, all kinds of things in the wrong spots. Let's move some stuff. Where do I want the letters? I want the letters on the left side of my equal sign. So what do I have there already? I've got negative 2x. I got to bring the 5 over to the other side. It becomes a minus 5. On the right side, numbers. I've already got 19. I'm going to bring the 4 over to join it. It's a plus 4, so it becomes a minus 4. I'm also going to bring, and we'll erase some of these arrows for a second here, the 1 over to join it. It becomes a minus 1. Opposite operations. So now I have letters on one side, numbers on the other. So let's collect. That's negative 7x's. Over here, 19 minus 4 minus 1 is 14. But I want to know what just x is. So I have to divide by negative 7. What I do to one side, I do to the other. X is negative 2. And if you haven't paused and tried yet, do that now. So you try the last 2 all by yourself. Check to see if you got the right answer. And if you can do this, you can do algebra. This is as hard as it's going to get for us, basically. Letter, letter, number, letter. Ooh, mixture. That's the one thing that's in the wrong spot. Let's move it. 18x minus 9x. The 5x is coming over and doing the opposite, so it's going to have to add And I'm left with negative 42. Let's collect. 18 minus 9 is 9, plus 5 makes 14 x's equals negative 42. I want to know what just x is, so I divide by 14. If I do that to one side, I do it to the other. And last one, I got a letter, a number, a number, a number, a letter. So I got most of my numbers on this side. Makes sense to keep them there. I'll put our letters on the left. If I've got a plus 7, it comes over. It comes a minus 7. I've already got 54 and 17. All I got to do is move the 2 back the other way. It's a plus 2, so it becomes a minus 2. We're ready to collect. So we got the letters on one side. That's 5 Q's. Numbers on the other side. That's 69. I don't want to know what 5Q is, though. I want to know what Q is. So I've got to divide by 5. And again, we're going to come out to a decimal this time. Totally fine. We should get 13.8. Okay, if you end up with a decimal that's got more than 2, just keep 2 decimals for me. That's fine. That's our rule. And there's some solving equations. Let's give the questions a try on the worksheet. Yeah, that's how we do our solving stuff. And if you're stuck, come see me.